Choose a battle squad. Now I really hope from here we can go right here to the quest and then loop all the way up to the boss. Spend a lot of time on this floor getting into a lot of combats. But I don't know what the path is gonna be. I bring misfortune upon your lands. Dude, the Ghoul's initiative is freaking 8. That's kind of crazy. And they are not under the effects of lunch break. I really wish that they would have been, but you know what? I'll learn to accept it. I think we should probably go for a kill on an enemy quickly. Maybe this headsman at the front. For each buff or debuff on the target. Well, you have 1 debuff. So there's 49 damage. Good lord. And that might just kill you. But she can also just kill you. So instead what you're gonna do is I'm gonna put a trap down here, because she's not gonna be there when it goes off.
One less annoyance.
So that's an easy 1-turn KO against that guy. We use mana for it, but that recharges. And now you have less luck. You know what? A mummy skeleton would be nice, because if the mummy takes damage, the mummy will debuff the enemies, and then the skeleton can hit multiple times with its attack. Slash, the ghoul can also attack multiple, or not attack multiple times, but do additional damage per debuff. So mummy, skeleton, ghoul seems like there's a bit of a synergy there. And you can also, you could also just apply debuffs in other ways. Maybe you have a banshee in the back. Reduce the strength of enemies, and then all of a sudden, they're doing no damage, but the debuff counts as another hit for the ghoul and the skeleton so that they can do more damage, and then every time they hit the mummy, they're stacking a permanent luck debuff. Yeah, it's forever, and then the skeleton can just chop, 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 chop. It seems like it could be okay. By the way, what the heck are we doing? The target loses luck for 2 turns. I guess you're just gonna hit things, so we'll hit you. Invalid target. Why is it? You can't do anything from this position, and the only thing you can do is stress damage. Okay, well, wait. It's your turn. All right. Curses the target for 2 turns. I should not have had you up at this point. You should be in the freaking back here. Well, we'll make you go insane. You're probably gonna light yourself on fire in a minute though, but maybe we can make something work. So, ignores block. We could do damage to this unit at the front. What I'm actually gonna do is the weakest, cheapest attack I can to remove the block, because this Seething Wrath ability is gonna hit the block. Although it says doesn't miss. Maybe we should wait and see if the, oh, you know what? No, it's hitting this position, not the front position. Okay. I was gonna see maybe we should see if the trap, Seething Wrath, Sundering Wrath, would actually get affected by the block, but you know what? Doesn't matter, because you're here. And we're attacking you. And you got hit by 2 debuffs, which would make the skeleton or the ghoul do more damage. There you go. There's your synergy. It exists. Deal damage to each enemy. I would like to do this. Gets rid of her block. Crit for 18. That's not that bad. Then we could buff Twigbreaker. We could do a crit to everyone. I don't want to feed because I want the parts. Physical attack deals a lot of damage. I mean, that's just basically a KO. We could do a lot of stress damage to someone who has negative luck, but everyone here has positive luck except for the Ataman, but you also have Ward. You could just light someone on fire, but I don't want to light the man on fire who is covered head to toe in explosives.
You will be worth something in death.
You hit for 12. That seems okay. Deal stress damage to 2 enemies. You can't do your backline attack. Can you wait? You have the worst initiative. Remove all debuffs. Doesn't work. Alright, you know what? Just start cursing people. Do your mummy thing. We gotta get that mummy back to the back line. We're gonna have the ghoul wait so I can have someone else move first. So there's your 2 stacks of negative luck. Has a 5% chance of instantly killing a unit, or just do frickin' 60 damage. Good lord, the headhunter is good. Give me a warning shot. He is insane. He's berserk. He got buffed. Not insane. Wait a minute, this is not how this goes. You're gonna wait. The ghoul is gonna leap forward. Man, that's a lot of damage. And you're still not in a position where you can do the attack I want you to do. You know what? You still have positive luck, too. You're not attacking my my Mumai. Someone's gonna curse you again. Maybe we'll give this guy a heart attack in the end. I don't know. Because I'm focusing damage on the unit I can actually attack. Invalid target. Gotta hit you. And it's gonna pull you forward. I mean, at this point, you crit for 114, and it moved him forward. The mummy can act. Let's go.
Your last.
So this guy has 4. Actually, no, the berserk does not count as a buff debuff, and cursing touch also does not count as a buff debuff. I don't think. I think it's only the green arrow is a buff and the red arrow is a debuff. But again, I'm not entirely sure. But 3 stacks. Feature +1 attack. Hold on. What is doing that? I got no idea. I don't know what gives them the stacking permanent attack buff. Maybe it's just in combat they get a stacking buff every turn. I don't know. Makes skeletons seem pretty overpowered, but I'm just gonna do the you can't do the attack from the front. You freaking dick! You crit for 64 though, that's pretty good.
Another step towards my eternal kingdom.
We got 3 hearts from that. Very heartful. It was a hearty fight. We're learning, we're figuring things out. I have no idea what is giving people the stacking buffs. I have no idea, but I kind of love it. It's making my work a lot easier. So let's go. Hey, let's go. But let's go for the that's too expensive. We could go for Wrathgain. Give me the better artifacts. We'll put a shade in there. Give me a shade. Fill them up. Craft them up.
I will cast a long shadow over my foes.
That is not it. That is not it. This one. Shade. Unlock. Build forever. Level 1. Yep. Have fun. Give me some artifacts, please. Right, what's the next combat? We can go to the right. Restore mana or vigor. I want to see if I can go this path. So I am going to go here. You know what? I can go here. You want to know why? Look at the map. It's all grayed out where I can't go. So I can hit the quest if you go this way. But I still don't like this because what it means is that if I'm here and I'm at the very beginning of a floor and I look at the end, it doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell me where I can go from here. Like, it doesn't tell me, oh, later on, if I go here, can I get here? I don't know, I can see the entire map from the beginning. In FTL, Faster Than Light, if you hover over a beacon, it tells you the directions you can go from there. That's what I want. I want to be able to hover over an encounter and tell where I can go from there in the forward direction, because I would want to know if I can hit all the quests at the end. But I can definitely hit this right path here and hit a quest, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beacons this way versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beacons this way versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beacons this way. So we're going to go the long way around. But still, I don't like it. It could be better. And we don't need to heal anyone, so we're just going to get 8 mana. It's kind of a waste of an encounter, but we're going to get so much stuff after this that it's like, whatever, it'll be fine. So Battle Squad, go do your thing. And give me 8 mana. Yeah, because I don't know if maybe, well, I mean, I highly doubt it because it goes down, but I don't know if maybe you could go up here and then go around here and then, you know, you could save this for later. Nah. The UI could use some significant work, but doesn't matter. Battle coming up. A mage, a doomsayer, and 2 big boys. Well, Mud says put me in. You're level 6. You're probably worth putting in now. We should give you, I think, just more raw health initially. Although, luck for crit chance is nice because you do have abilities that get better when you crit. So you know what? Have a little bit of crit chance. And for an ability, what abilities do I use is the question. I use this one. Target loses accuracy, target loses evasion. I don't know. I'm not really doing the other attacks that much. Maybe I'll just leave you. I kind of want the Ghoul again. It does a lot of damage. And wait. You know what? Mud, I'm sorry, but I'm going to do something. I'm going to try the... No. The Mummy, the Banshee, the Ghoul, and the Skeleton. And I really want to try stacking up debuffs and then letting the Skeleton just run wild. I want to see if this works. So we want the Banshee to go first. Relatively low initiative. But the Banshee's going to go first, put a stat negative on everyone. If they hit the Mummy, they're going to get negative luck. And then the Skeleton is just going to go chop, 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 chop. And we can make the Mummy also reduce the luck further. So we need the Mummy to be in the back. The Skeleton can be in the front with the Ghoul. And the Banshee can be in the third position. This is acceptable. Except the first attack from the Ghoul is going to move him back twice. So we should put them at the front. Unless we want them to attack with their big hit first, we'll put them in the back. All right, let's see if this works. I have no idea, as usual. But we'll try it anyways. And who's going to get some level ups? You know what, Mud? You didn't want, or I couldn't put you out on this mission. I'm going to give you a little bit more experience. That's my penance. So let's see if this works. Standard Skeleton stands steady and seeking to serve. So we're going to wait. The Banshee is going to go first. The Banshee healed. You're going to wait. You are going to do your attack debuff on people. All hits against this unit are now crits. Rombusabout, hey, welcome! Long time no see indeed. And you are going to move him forward.
Savor these last few
I didn't pull him up to the front. That's fine, that's fine. Buff, plus 10 accuracy, You're still in the back, unfortunately. Then you're going to deal more damage for each buff or debuff. That's 40. The skeleton is going to do lots of attacks. It got redirected, but hopefully next turn it won't be redirected. Because these guys are very freaking annoying. You are going to wait. Because I would like to try to pull him forward with the mummy. Oh, you know what? This guy is getting debuffed because he's hitting the frickin' mummy. I love it. You're gonna wait. You gave him a mark. When dies, the Doomslayer's allies will receive 50 vigor and 50 sanity. That's what that is. It redirected. That's not what I wanted, but that's okay. We're gonna try to go for him anyways. Really, I need an ability that pushes an enemy back, but I don't have one of those. Well, I guess you're. Well, we should use something. We should use something. I mean, I could actually just kill him. I don't want to though. I want to try to kill him with the skeleton. So you know what?
Become part
You're dead. All right.
Breathless
I punched my microphone, but I killed him. He's dead. Good job, skeleton. Okay, that works. Then you are going to honestly put up a block. You're not doing much on this turn. Buff for 2 turns. Heal. You know what? Ignores block. That's block. Ghoul, heal up. You earned it. The skeleton took 9 damage because he was in a defensive stance, and the ghoul healed like 30 health. Dude. That's perfectly acceptable. I accept it. Now, you should probably double hit this guy. It got redirected. It's because he's at the back. He has 2 minions up front that possibly redirect. Oh no, you know what? It only redirects for the immediate enemy behind it. Okay. So yeah, you've got 1 unit in front of you that's redirecting all your attacks. It's kind of annoying. We need to pull you forward. He redirected twice. I hate it. Targets skip their next turns. You know what?
Perish.
Maybe we should have waited on that. Maybe if they're stunned, the redirect doesn't work, but their turns are skipped. We get a little bit of a bonus action here. You have 1 buff and 1 debuff. It buffs you with attack. Your multi-hit will do 11 to 12. You have 15 armor. I need some way of removing the armor from enemies, and I don't have it. I mean, the skeleton can just penetrate it with his standard attack. Maybe that's what I should be doing. Like, I could buff the skeleton and then just let the skeleton hit. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Doesn't stack, but we can do that for 2 turns anyways. Try to kill these guys faster. Never mind, skeleton's immune to buffs, by the way. I don't know if you knew that, but skeletons are immune to all buffs and debuffs. Which apparently includes getting lit on fire, but apparently being lit on fire is not a debuff. Whatever, just go fucking... Just kill him. In 3 turns, he'll be dead. Mark. When you die, you heal everyone else. Lovely. Moves the target to a random position. Targets skip their next turn. Okay, maybe this is what I want. Targets skip their next turn. Now, they are currently stunned. Can we pull you forward now? hate it. You know what? Oh my god. Just kill him. Just smack him. We're done. Wasn't there an Iratus thing that bypassed armor and ward as well? If there is, I don't have it. I don't think. I can move a target. I have Rain of Gore. That's about it. There's probably an ability that reduces the armor and ward of enemies or resistances or whatnot. But here's the thing. There's too many spells. I don't need 50 damaging spells. This one hits 2 enemies. This one hits 1 enemy twice. This one hits 1 enemy. This one hits 1 enemy hard. It's too much. It's too much for my tiny, puny human brain to understand. So what I'm gonna do is just shuffle. If I can shuffle and pull him to the front, I can kill him. Buff, adapt. He moved forward 1. Thank you. Just ice him. Oh! 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 It's magic! You know! What? Attacks twice, performs additional attacks for each buff on the... It's not buff and debuff, it's only a buff. Oh my god, Right, so that... I thought it was debuff. I really thought it was buff or debuff, but it's only for each buff it does an additional attack. That's why it's stacked on that feature of +1 to strength times 5. I understand. So the skeleton maybe doesn't fit as well with the mummy, because the mummy isn't applying buffs. The skeleton would be a little bit more for the lost soul, where the lost soul applies buffs to the enemies and then the skeleton can hit multiple times. The ghoul does work with the mummy though, because the ghoul's ability deals additional damage for each buff or debuff. There's so many conditional things in this freaking game. This attack works with buffs and debuffs only. You dick! And after all that time pushing him to the front, he just decided to move all the way to the back like a little bitch. Okay, you've got no protection. I can't eat you, but in case I need to eat you, you know what, you're gonna go before she goes again anyways. Just kill him. Just murder him. Nice job. I don't care if you hit my minions with 20 damage. I'm just annoyed that I can't kill you. I'm annoyed that you're horrible. That's what I'm annoyed by. Go ahead, do your thing. You almost killed your friend. Skeleton's getting a little bit beaten up. Hey, you did 8 damage at least. Alright, murder you. That's acceptable.
Into furniture.
Maybe I'll craft this one into furniture. You! Attacks twice for each buff. No one is buffed. You do have 74 health now because you were buffed. Just block. The mummy is going to push him forward and the ghoul is just going to eat him up. Immune, you idiot.
You will soon embrace your
They skip their
new
turns.
existence.
Maybe we shouldn't have had the skeleton do his thing though. You're going to get pulled forward.
Your frail body.
Zombies, or the ghoul's gonna eat you. And you're dead. Thank God. Get me out of this mission. I have built the wrong team for this. Nice crit. The ghoul at the front's gonna get attacked, so the ghoul can stay there. They can heal themselves anyways. Just keep reducing his crit chance. Do as much damage as you can. You dick. You went for the skeleton? Oh, I hate you. You got 1 health. You're so lucky. That does deal magical damage. We also got a flesh. An uncommon flesh. Lovely. Right, people need healing. Well, really only one guy needs healing, Skeleton. You got eaten a little bit, but you wanted it. You asked for it. It's consensual eating. Alright, what are we doing? Next mission. 1 golem. But it's a golem. We need to have some way of dealing with the golem. So we need some way of reducing his armor and resistance. Now, Disposable Head can do it very easily. Very easily. Who else can eliminate that protection, though? Someone else has to be able to. Milkjug said, I killed someone with an attack that does 4 to 5 damage. Yep. It was a good kill. It was a good, clean kill. Upgrade, +2 luck. Huh? Upgrade, +2 luck. Upgrade. Huh? How do you have +2 luck? You don't have +2 luck. How do you have +2 luck? Spider and Fallen Vampire can. Oh, well, surprisingly, I haven't beat the game yet. It's only been out for like, half a second. By half a second, I mean, for a day. So I don't have the Black Widow and I don't have the Fallen Vampire. Which is one problem I have with the game locking characters, because I'm in a position where it's like, oh, what unit can do X? These ones can. Oh, well, let me beat the game first and then I'll use them. It's one reason that I like, or I prefer the method of doing it in Darkest Dungeon, where you just get all the minions at the beginning of the game. They just come out randomly. Like, if I need someone who can remove armor, it's like, okay, well, you got Disposable Head. He can do it. The Wraith can do it? Yeah, but the Wraith is also a, no, not the Wraith. Sorry. Not Milkjug, no, not the Wraith. The Lich can with is it the Mummy? No, this is the Lich. The Lich can with Corrosive Cloud. Any enemy loses armor and resistance. But again, it's a stress attack. If I'm not focusing on stress, I don't want to use the Lich for this ability. I would much prefer to use this guy who can hit hard at the same time. Because, first of all, the minion who I'm trying to counter is immune to stress, and also killing him kills him quickly, then making him go more quickly than it makes him go insane. So we basically have to use this guy, because I don't think anyone else can remove block or armor. I think it's only this unit. Now there's ignore armor, but that's in an Overwatch stance. Banshee gains block and ward while in the stance. That actually makes that pretty good for a survivability standpoint. In fact, it could have kept you alive previously. So Lich has this ability. We would have to basically waste a turn doing it though, because we're not doing any damage with it. You cannot do it. You can get around block and ward, but not armor and resistance, because they are two different things. The skeleton can just attack directly through it with his basic weak attack. It's not that it's actually not even that weak. It's pretty good. Curses removes buffs. Target loses initiative. Target loses resistance for 4 turns, but that is not armor. How about a Lost Soul? Lost Soul is more about buffing the enemies, which makes them a little unusual. The zombie can get around it just by doing magic damage, so that might just be what we take. The Shade. Stress. The Shade and the target swap positions and gain evasion for a turn. Support, gain mana, which is actually a pretty good ability. Target loses accuracy. Deals damage equal to the amount of sanity loss. So Shade could be used, but again, not against the enemy that's immune to sanity drain. And the Ghoul does a lot of damage, but can't get around armor. We can ignore block, but that's for the heal ability that has to target an ally anyways. Target loses all block, but that's block, not armor. So yeah, basically I think that the only character who does what we want done is Disposable Head. And, well, I was going to say I want to bring the skeleton along, but he's healing. We'll leave him to his healing. What we'll do instead is bring the Zomboner. We'll bring a Disposable to the rescue. We'll bring him, or bring the Zomboner, because he can do magical damage, which is just direct damage to that enemy. We'll bring along a Black Falcon. Stress attack, remove all debuffs. Each time an enemy receives a buff, deal stress damage to it. Well, it doesn't matter if the unit receiving the buff is the one who's immune to stress, so it doesn't matter too much. I'm just trying to see who I want to bring. I could bring the Lich. And light everyone on fire! Well, that has never gone badly before. The Lich does deal magical damage to a random enemy. You know, it's not the worst. It's untargetable, but it is good damage. And we can make him target our frontline minion as well, which could be someone with high magical resistance, like the Zomboner. Ignores ward, hits 2 enemies. Maybe we'll just bring him along just to bring him along. And then who's going to be in the last slot? I don't know, we'll bring Mud along. Mud wanted to go last time, we told him no. We'll bring him this time. Wait. Do you have a magical ability that's not lighting him on fire? Lights him on fire? No. Your magical ability is you light him on fire. Okay. Well, I mean, we could bring along Twigbreaker and then buff the strength. You really love the Lich. I don't even know how to use the Lich, apparently. Or effectively. It's still a weird character. But I want to get him leveled up because I believe in the ability of bringing like 2 Liches with nothing else and then summoning skeletons and lighting everything on fire on like turn 1. I think it could work. And it would be very funny to do. Can you upgrade people with new parts who are still alive? You might be able to do that, GT Quark, but here's the thing. If you do that, you don't get the ability to from these things. The Blackest Lodge. Minions receive 3 dread, does not work on summoned minions. Like Twigbreaker has it because they were resummoned. Well, Black Falcon doesn't have it. He does have it? I don't understand. Is it like because the game got a patch that all my units have the Blackest Lodge? I don't understand. Why does every unit have the effect of this when the thing says it doesn't affect summoned minions? Oh, it doesn't affect summoned minions in the level. That's what it means by summoned minions. Oh, like for the Lich summoning a skeleton or your ability summoning a shade. That's what it means. So I thought that this was to encourage the player to rebuild minions on the fly, because then you can rebuild them stronger. That's not the case. This upgrade takes place, it affects everything immediately. That's what this is. Okay. I understand now. So it doesn't matter when you get these abilities, they just are immediately applied to everyone. So if I wanted to, I could be like, hey, minions get plus dodge. I could just do it right now. I could give every minion 5 evasion. I get it. Okay. Okay, you know what? We're learning. We are learning. Ahi in chat is saying, I have full ire, it gives good buffs, and also the ability to make everyone get it back up to full health seems pretty decent. And also, ultimate abilities of minions costing 10 less wrath is nice, just because that means you can spam them more, and all minions receive plus 12 accuracy seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. We might just go for that immediately, but I don't know. Why not?
I embrace this fury.
And then we can get overwhelming ire as soon as possible. I don't know. Okay. So we're slowly figuring out the language of the game. I still don't know what upgrade means, though. Plus 2 luck. Is it from the dust? Upgrade. Is it because I rebuilt them stronger, faster, better than they were before? What is upgrade? You are not an RPG person, right, Abe, right? Not all the time. No, I don't play a lot of RPGs. Effects. Upgrade. Plus 1 attack. Because you've upgraded via abilities. Ah, plus 1 attack from this. Understood. It's listed separately. Gotcha. Thank you. So we've done 1 upgrade on the Banshee. Plus 2 luck. Plus 2 luck. Okay, I understand that. Thank you. It's weird that it's listed twice, though. Admittedly, because you could just look here and see them all without this being like a giant scroll bar event eventually, but I understand it. Plus 2 luck. Boom. Okay. Man, that took a while. Thank God I got chat here to keep me straight. Anyways, we got a battle to deal with. We can remove the protection on that guy. We can hit him. We got a vampire. We got a lich who is going to do magic damage. Although if we're doing... Well, the zombie's going to be doing magic damage as well. And we can get around the ward with the bloodsucker. So let's just go do the mission. Right. Things are looking up. Up. Let's send Twigbreaker in there for a little bit more experience. I can't unlock anything else. Pass a sanity check. When used only. Perfect. We also get plus 2 attack till the end of game due to another buff that we have. Let's do it. I can see it as an overview screen and an in-depth screen. Yeah, but there's a lot of information that's in a lot of places. Like, in order to look at the global buffs, you have to go to Iratus. In order to look at the collection of abilities you have on minions, you go to the effect screen, which also shows the upgrades you've given them through the abilities on the abilities screen. There's a lot of information in a lot of places, and a lot of information that's not even displayed. But I'm figuring out the language of the gameage slowly. By the way, we gotta kill some guys. Let's kill this headsman. No, we should let the Lich go first because he's going to do a pull on someone, and we want someone to be at the front where they're getting killed, which is probably going to be the headsman now that I think about it, because the headsman needs to die. We could buff someone with the Lich and then hit him, which actually seems like a great idea. We're going to wait, we're going to buff with the Lich and then hit. Well, I was worried about ward. Turns out I don't need to be with a mad mage about. Let's see. Ignore block and ward. I should upgrade this so that it does something else. But that's okay. The target loses 30% of its current vigor. It's a magic attack. I guess I could use this on the stone golem and like try to kill him quickly. Think that'll work? Yeah. Did its damage. Then, selected ally gains 14 attack and 14 dread for 2 turns, which is going to be it's gonna be you, actually. And you're just gonna hit. You're gonna shoot him with a gun. You wouldn't think that a gun would be good against a golem, but apparently it is. And now on your turn, you're gonna mark this guy and maybe even kill him in a single hit. You didn't, but you got very close. And now he lost all of his armor, so we can probably just kill him instantly. In fact, we definitely can. And remove the block on that other unit.
More for the stockpiles.
And he healed. That's pretty effective. Now, I want the vampire to take a little bit of damage so that they can get their healing ability. Looks like that's gonna happen. We have 75 Wrath. Let's do this. Buff, Bloodthirst. I wonder if that could be removed. I wonder. We have 100. We could use some Amok. Target minion loses luck and gains 9 attack and 9 dread until the end of battle. Or we could hit this guy hard and do more damage to him. I think we don't need to do that. I think we'll be fine. Vampire healing is very good. You could say it's super effective. It's also worth buffing the attack and dread of the vampire so they can get more healing out of it too. Right. I forgot that would happen. Or I should say I forgot that could happen. Mark receives more damage and receives 250% more damage from the headsman. What? That's a little much, don't you think? I guess we're going to try to ice you as quickly as possible. Which we could do with a spell, but I think we can get there. I wonder if he can only attack from the front. Like, what happens if we pull another unit forward? Will we be able to do anything with that guy? I'm actually gonna move him. Good, that got rid of the block. That's pretty good. But I figure if we move him, we can pull him forward and probably kill him. Can I hit everyone? This is such overkill, but we gotta kill the headsman because he gave my unit a debuff.
More materials.
I don't want him to mark my zombie and take his head off.
Easy.
Set everyone on fire. Nah. Let's not do that. Let's instead buff you, so you can get more healing back. And then we can move you back. What's your ult? Just do a bunch of damage. Your ult is also just doing a bunch of damage, and it pushes you into a safe spot. So go do that. Attack 2 random enemies. Well, I mean, it's good value. then you know who it's going to hit. It's like 60 damage. That's pretty effective. Debuff. Minus 20 accuracy. You hit the vampire. Oh no, you hit the vampire! You can only bombard from the back, but I don't care about that. Deal damage to a random unit. Kill an ally. We might be able to kill the one up front. Yep. Lord Aegis says, thank you for the entertainment. No problem. If you want to keep watching, I'll keep making them. I'll keep playing games. Stroke the cannon. I love you, cannon. I mean, he is the Zomboner. At the beginning of his next action. We're going to kill this guy in one turn anyways. I'm just going to hit him for a little bit of... It's a good crit, but I'm going to hit him for a little bit of HP regen. There you go. That was not too bad.
You know, if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead of us.
One time use only, gain a whole bunch of experience. That's pretty good. I like that kind of stuff. So let's basically just equip that immediately. I guess if you save it, it's probably worth more, but oh well. I want my experience now. Pull you out, pull you out. Zombies tend to take a lot of damage for my experience. They're very squishy. Got to work on that. What's coming up next? A quest. It requires a battle group, and the last time we had a battle group request, the Siren, the Banshee, was theoretically required for it. So we're gonna see what happens. I should have put someone in a building. What looked to be an ordinary passage is soon revealed to be part of an ancient maze. You do not recognize the architecture, so it must have been built after you were defeated in ages past. Nevertheless, it looks almost pristine, save for the piles of bones littering the hallway. Upon closer inspection, you realize that the passage is trapped, and the way to disarm it is on the other side. Have your least valuable minions walk first, find a longer way around the passage, or have a minion float over the trapped floors. Told ya, we need a frickin' Banshee. So often, the fatal flaw of these contraptions is that they are intended for creatures of solid mass, bound to the earth by the pathetic laws of gravity. Necromancy is much more capable of presenting a solution to such problems, as one of your more wispy servants moves across the passage without triggering a single trap. Once they're at the end, it becomes trivially easy to disarm. Couple of questions. Milk Jug, yes, you do float. That's not a question. Is Iratus out there in the hallways of this cavern? Because after every combat, we see him at the graveyard, hands on the table, leaning over it, breathing heavily with his keep alive animation. Is he like seeing through the eyes of his minions? Does he have that capability? What's going on? And secondly, as I get comfortable in this chair and lean over the table with a sort of scholarly pose about me, I posit to you: how does a Banshee disarm a physical trap? Is there like a big lever? Is the Banshee gonna scream at it? Ah, why won't you fall? Oh, that's it. It's not even like, we found loot. It's just, oh. Well, it is what it is. In any case, what the hell are we doing here? I think for this next battle, we should bring along...
I will ascend to the world above.
Nope.
It's only a matter of time.
I think we should bring along a skeleton, because the unit in the back is a buffer. So if we bring along a skeleton And if we bring along a lost soul, we can buff the enemies. Something like this. The target deals more damage till the end of battle. We buff them. They get buffed by the unit in the back. The skeleton does his smite attack. 4% chance to immediately kill the target. Bosses are immune. That seems dope. Or we increase the damage per attack. He goes smack, 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 smack. And especially if an enemy just has like a +1 attack 5 times, then the skeleton's gonna frickin' crush. So let's try a Lost Soul Skeleton. We can also remove the buffs eventually anyways. And the Lost Soul can do, quite a lot of physical damage. So let's give this a shot and see how this works. Then what do we want? Well, this activates on buffs only, not debuffs. We don't need a Lich. We don't need a Mummy. What do we want instead? I mean, a Ghoul does work for buffs or debuffs, so we'll bring them along, and they can move forward and backwards very easily. And then, maybe because of the synergy with debuffs, a Mummy would actually work, because the Mummy can reduce the attack. I think that'll work. Let's give it a try. You should upgrade those attacks. I really should. I just don't know what I want. I'll figure it out eventually. The whole point, by the way, of playing on this difficulty is, 1, it's the only difficulty I have unlocked, and 2, it gives me a chance of figuring out what's going on with the game, figuring out, how to unlock these characters and play around with them, and figuring out strategies that work. I do wish that they were just unlocked anyways, but whatever. So let's just go and do it. We don't got to be perfect about it. It doesn't matter if our units are not, perfectly given their stat upgrades. We'll figure it out. This is the playing around with the game section. Unfortunately, I need you to be here and you to be here. You to move, then you... Okay. This is what we want. Let's do it. Let's see how this works. Hack your save. I was actually thinking about doing that to get all the unlocks, but it seems like if you play the game once, you can get all the unlocks. So you have a buff. We're gonna stall. The end is coming. You suck. We are going to... Right, you can't do this from the back. It doesn't matter, because we can debuff everyone. Or not really debuff everyone, but we can put a debuff on this guy, or a buff on this guy, rather. He lit himself up already? You fucking dick. I hate him. I hate him so much. You can't even attack him. He's at the front. No, you can't attack him. I think we can kill this guy. He's really freaking annoying, though. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait. Congratulations. Then we are going to... You can't do it from this position, you dick! Okay, you're gonna move back one. I know... Good hit. I know this is gonna move him forward. I want this to work, though. I want this to work so much. You are going to hit him with an additional buff or debuff on a target. You did 45 damage. You are going to swing repeatedly.
Ha-ha! Slash, chomp, crush!
Okay, it worked. The strategy works. If you have every unit move perfectly with the correct options, you can kill them. Now what do we do? I guess we smack you, because you should be pretty easy to kill. You have buffs and debuffs. That seems good. And then honestly, let's go through the ward as quickly as we can. Keep giving people buffs. Mark. Every attack is a critical. Dude, if the headsman and the doomsayer both marked the same unit, that would suck. However, I have to ask. Deals additional damage if the mummy has a debuff. Is this a debuff? Because it doesn't have the debuff symbol, but sometimes the game is inconsistent about that. Or at least I feel like it might be. Maybe it's completely consistent and I've just lost my freaking mind. It's possible. It's possible. I'm actually gonna wait. I want the mummy to go first. Wow, nice hit. Because the mummy, if I do this, can, nice shot, can lower his luck one more time. Meaning the skeleton can do another hit. No, wait, no, that's not how that works. It's buffs, not debuffs. The ghoul is with the debuffs. Look. One day I'll figure it out. That day is not today! Aliens Downfall. Hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Will you survive my next attack? I certainly hope not. I hate when they have like 2 HP. And you can't do your attack from the back. I hate you all. Right. The skeleton needs to attack, which means the heal is probably not going to do that much. Although the skeleton does have 4 block. I'm going to dubious boon the skeleton. Oh. Whatever. Just smack him. Smack him 9 times.
One by one, life vanishes from this world.
Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you... Wait. Oh, wait a minute. No. Milk Jug says Abe timers. No, no, no. Because the ward actually applied. Look. You see? The ward symbol. But the debuff did not apply. But the ability says it's a buff that you gain the ward, and dealing 20% less damage is technically a debuff, not a buff. Again, this game is so inconsistent with nomenclature. Is it a buff? Is it a debuff? The ward applied, but the skeleton's immune to buffs, but I forgot that, but it worked anyways. I don't understand the edge cases. There's so many edge cases that act completely different from what you think. Yes, the ward isn't a buff, but the ability is a buff, and dealing less damage is a debuff, not a buff, so why does it say a buff if the ward is not actually a buff? The ability as a buff should be to give 2 wards temporarily for 2 turns, right? Because it says, gains 2 wards but deals less damage for two turns, at which point the wards go away, which means it should count as a buff that is active when you hover over it. I don't understand. Because like these wards, they'll go away after a turn, right? I don't fucking know. Regardless, stuff like that needs to be a little bit more clear, because it is far from clear. Because what I was intending to do was to then put the ward on and then do a heal, and then the ward would protect from the damage from the heal. I don't know if that's going to work though. Clinging rats. Physical attack. I think I still want to do this though. Although you have 2 protection. The skeleton can knock that out though, but the skeleton is going to not be able to move on this turn because it's his turn. So you know what? Hit you. Smack. We're just going to heal the skeleton in a second anyways, and you're just going to bite the skeleton to heal. I don't think we should do that now. No, we should do that later. For now, what we should do is don't eat him. Just hit him. Kill him first. He's got to go. Now you are going to wait. This is going to be a weird heal turn. I just want to see if this works. You are going to wait. Now you're just going to hit this guy. No, you need to do this. Is there a way in this game to heal troops? Alien's Downfall, I'm literally trying to do that right now. Okay, watch this. We're going to... No, the Lich is the one that can improve the attack of enemies. We didn't need to wait for the Lich turn to do this. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. How are you? You really need to just wait a second. You are going to heal him. You're not really doing anything. You might as well just do something. You can really not do anything? I messed up with this mummy. This mummy needs to be in the back to do physical damage. Work it. So the ghoul is going to move forward. Buff or debuff means that is 2 additional hits. Let's do... No, you need to eat. You need to heal. Go heal. Then you're going to hit, but the ward protected it, and I guess the ward does last forever. So I guess the lost soul can just put up like +1 block and +1 ward turn after turn after turn. That seems very powerful. I'll be honest with you. A permanent +1 ward and block per turn with the lost soul does seem pretty freaking good, especially when you can get heals out of it eventually. So you're gonna wait. Does it even matter if you wait? What are you gonna do instead? Ward? We can just like keep healing the skeleton? I mean, it saved the skeleton a bunch of damage there. And whatever that attack was, that seemed okay. Now, 3 -10 luck plus work better. Or we can hit this guy for 4 times. Hit this guy 4 times, he has buffs. Right, only buffs, not debuffs. Got him. I'm starting to see the synergy here. You put wards in the skeleton, you can do heals, the heal will hit the ward, the skeleton doesn't get the debuff, the buffs on the enemies means the skeleton can do more damage, a ghoul with similarly. The only thing that doesn't really make sense to me right now, and it's something that I did, is the freaking mummy isn't really doing all that much. We did make this guy go insane though. He is berserk though, which is not a debuff, it is a buff. So you're gonna wait. You are gonna punch the crap out of this guy. And you are going to, well, since you can't really do all that much, just start getting some ward buffs on the skeleton so we can do some healing. You're gonna try to escape though. We could let him escape and get another vampire, but if he, on his turn, he's going to do a lot of damage because he's got the buff. So now I'm like, okay, how do I kill him? Well, if we can't kill him, maybe we should just heal, which might be what we want to do. Because like, I can't even do anything to this guy. He's got the ward up. We really needed a vampire to help deal with this man. You can't wait, it's the end of your turn. Well, in that case, get rid of the block. We got 3 actions remaining. You're gonna heal. You're gonna heal. And he's gonna attack us and then flee. I don't think there's anything we can do against this guy. He's not even buffed anymore. We crit him, but he's gone. Oh, and he did get his attack out anyway, so we got some free healing. Acceptable.
Wash away
Good lord.
pathetic civilizations.
Lost Soul is magic damage and riffing on buffs. Yeah, the Lost Soul puts accuracy buffs, damage buffs, and initiative speed buffs on the enemies, and then removes those buffs in the future if you want to gain permanent damage for your side. So you can put a bunch of buffs on, remove the buffs, get permanent damage bonuses for the rest of the combat, or you can leave the buffs on, and then the skeleton will do more damage with his multi-hit, the ghoul will do a little bit more damage with savage instincts. Critical hit will deal 225% damage. That's a good crit chance. And the debuffs from the mummy do synergize a little bit with the ghoul, but not necessarily with the skeleton. I'm figuring it out. I'm learning. But I still wholly believe that the UI, like, it needs to explain things better. Because, like, Dubious Boon says buff, and the skeleton says he's immune to buffs, but I guess technically this is not a buff. It is just putting a new ability on the skeleton with the +2 wards, and it's applying a debuff, which is dealing less damage. So it's weird because it says it's one thing, but it's doing two things differently, and only one of the effects is applying to a skeleton. Again, it's like, it's just inconsistent, because it's just inconsistent. To me, it's inconsistent because it says buff, skeleton's immune to buff, ergo it shouldn't work, but it does. Anyways. GT Quark agrees, thank you very much. That's all I wanted. All I wanted was someone to say, Abe, you're right. You have done it. Anyways, what's coming up next? Digger Souls? Let's just go do that right now. 32. We can build a new building now. We have 92. It's 100 for a third room. So we're gonna put a second room somewhere. In the library. In the abode of wrath. Probably in the abode of wrath. And we'll put in a headhunter, because we can easily make one of those. I am sure. Good enough.
Well, you could call this one
okay.
The strong silent type.
Yep. Excellent. So we get 30 wrath at the beginning of combat, which means we can use our special abilities just that much more frequently. Now what's coming up next? A fight against a mad mage and then some annoying enemies. Ward isn't a buff, Ward is magic evasion for turns. Okay, look, here's the thing though. What is it called in an RPG when you make an ally stronger? Checkmate. Who do we want for this? I think we just want like a standard party. Although we should also plan for the boss. And who do we want on the boss? I think I actually remember fighting this guy from the early access. He summons minions. So we want people who can buff themselves and do a good job at sustain. So for the boss fight, we want a vampire. We are going to want a... Where's my Dark Knight Rises? Here you are. We're going to want a Dark Knight Rises, I think, so that we can heal on occasion. I think we're going to also want a Twig Breaker and a Skellington. The Skellington can put block buffs on people. The Knight can do a self-heal. The Vampire can do a self-heal. And the bride can also do a self-buff to gain more attack and more dread, which I'm probably just going to do immediately. Who cares about gaining spell power for 3 turns? Do that.
My enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
So we can hopefully do a lot of damage quickly. I think that's acceptable.